Eren Yeager is one of the most controversial characters of recent times. His actions in the most recent seasons of AOT and his actions of what will come in the next season, to me, are pretty damn unexcusable. But to many people, he's a god. Anything that he does is justified in their minds. Which begs the question, what is a good justification of mass genocide? Hey, quick, there's no time. Eren's right outside the door with a gun because he lost his Titan power and will only go away if you subscribe. Please, I'm begging you. You have to hit like and subscribe right now. Oh god, no. Please, no. We follow Eren throughout the entirety of AOT. He's the main character after all. But as the series goes on, he makes inexcusable decisions that drastically change the view of the character. He has made a decision that wouldn't even flash the thoughts of many people, to commit mass genocide of everybody outside of Paradise. We started Eren off as an innocent child who had a traumatic experience of his mother dying before him, so he decided to get revenge on the Titans that killed his mom. So how did we eventually get to the point of Eren wanting to kill everybody in the world? Eren makes this decision after finding out where the pain and suffering that the people of Paradise have been going through was coming from. The people of Paradise come from the Eldian line of heritage. Long ago, the Eldian people had control of the 9 Titans, and used this power to pretty much oppress everybody in the rest of the world. After a revolution from Marley that caused the Eldians to fight from the inside, Marley gained control of many of the 9 Titans, putting an end to the Eldians' rule. The Eldian king, who was mainly responsible for the Marley victory, led his people to Paradise, and with the power of the Founder Titan, created the walls made from the Colossal Titans and wiped the memory of all of his people, causing them to not know about any life from outside of the walls. This is where Eren comes in. He's born many years later, his father being the Attack Titan, as we'll find out much later. As a child, he witnessed the first attack of Paradise from Marley, which led to the death of his mother, eaten by a Titan. This drove Eren to the first step of his anger, and swore revenge on the Titans to kill them all. I feel this part of the anime, even if it happened in the first episode right off the bat, absolutely establishes Eren's anger for later seasons. His use of language when wanting to kill them all is in sort of relation of how he'll feel in Season 4, where he again uses that sort of language when explaining that he'll kill all of the people outside of Paradise. This establishment foreshadows how he feels, and makes him a little more complex than we would have initially thought. Much later, with the power of the Attack Titan, he regains the memories of all the previous Attack Titans in history, which includes his father before him. In these memories, he sees all the atrocities and the horrors that the Eldians and even his own father had faced due to the world's hatred of the Eldian people. This very obviously makes Eren absolutely furious, and is where he actually devises his plan to use the Founding Titan's powers to start the rumbling, to kill everybody. In the show, there are lots of questions from characters about what people from the past do and how that affects the people of the present. Everybody in the world hates the Eldians for what their heritage has done to the rest of the world long ago. However, the Eldians now have no idea that their heritage was as terrible as it was. Even Eren sees this the most. More than any other character, I would say. He and his friends had absolutely nothing to do with the oppression that the Marleyans had to face due to their ancestors. So why would he and his friends be the one to suffer their actions? This only drives his anger even further, making his resolve stronger for the action he's trying to accomplish. This is one of his justifications to himself for the genocide that he's about to commit. Eren used to be somebody that absolutely loved his friends. He grew up around them in the Survey Corps and would do absolutely anything for them. Eren wants to protect his friends no matter what, to end their suffering and let them finally live peaceful and normal lives. To do so, he wants to enact his plan of the rumbling, another justification to himself to continue on to his plan. His friends very much don't want this to happen, and actively go against him in Season 4 after learning of this plan of his. Because of this, Eren has to cut ties with his friends for the greater good of what he believes. This shows another step into the mind of Eren as a character. His resolve is set, and there's absolutely nothing that can convince him otherwise. He is no longer this innocent kid he once was, just trying to get revenge on the Titans. He's now a god, hell-bent on revenge as well as a mission for true freedom. The entire show is essentially a message about the cruelty of humanity, as well as the reluctance to forgive the past. Eren mostly succeeded in his mission with the rumbling. This entire story, everything from Marleyan's first attack on Paradise to the eventual extinction of most of humanity that the rumbling was, could have completely been avoided. There was just some sense of forgiveness, some acknowledgement that the sins of the people of before can be forgiven to the people that had nothing to do with it, then all of this would never have happened. But humanity as a whole is blinded by the anger that it remembers. And because of that, Eren felt absolutely backed into a corner, trapped in these walls like a caged animal with no way to break free, until he decided to stand up and fight. The discussion of whether what Eren did was right or not is a heated debate. I personally believe that Eren was in the wrong, as do many others. But there are so many out there that believe with their whole heart that Eren did what he had to do. There was another solution in the show presented by Zeke. This solution was the other option rather than the genocide that Eren committed. His plan was to essentially sterilize all of the people of Paradis, with the Founder Titan, causing the people of Paradis to eventually die out. And as they all die out, they can use the threat of the Founder Titan to keep Marley and the other countries off their backs. While this is a good solution on paper, Eren despised it. It goes against his morals and what he was trying to do in the first place. He did not want all of Paradise to die. He wanted his people to finally live on in peace with no threat of war at all. If they were to perform Zeke's plan, the hatred and the threat of war would still be looming over the heads of Paradis. However, I still think this plan was a better solution in my eyes. The genocide in my thoughts is absolutely unacceptable, though I do have some sympathy with the idea. The atrocities that the Marleyans committed on the Eldian people were terrible. They tortured and killed many of the Eldians during times of war, testing Titan spinal fluid on them and making biological weapons from them. They even sent children as essentially what would be cannon fodder to go fight for them with the Nine Titans' powers. The things that the Marleyans did to the Eldians were absolutely unacceptable. However, killing off every single one of the Marleyans due to something only a select few committed is also not acceptable. Even Eren himself admits that there are innocents that will die, but he's already justified the reasons before his actions being worth it in the end. To him, it's the only way to get true freedom. No matter where you fall in this matter, the creator of the show absolutely made it so that there was no right answer. Committing mass genocide, sterilizing an entire race of people to have them die out, murdering that entire race to die out. There is no good answer. The mangaka made it open for your own decision to justify in your own ways what you would do. The world is never truly as simple as one person is in the right and one person is in the wrong. We all have our different experiences that we use to make our decisions and justify our own actions. So when this next season comes out in 2023, take a step back, look at all of the information, and please see that Eren is the bad guy. Hey, thank you again so much for watching. I'm sorry for the complete disorganization of this video. I was rewatching AOT and I really just needed to put my thoughts on paper, and out came this script. AOT is one of my favorite manga as well as anime of all time, and the themes and decisions that the characters make are outstandingly written. Many will say that it's overrated, but that's a whole other video I may make in the future. Also, again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I've loved seeing what I'm doing for fun start to grow and people actually enjoy the content that I've been making. Thank you again, and make sure to have a lovely day.